Hi, everyone. Dr. Justin Golston here. And in the last set of videos, we went through a number of Web3 use cases, but I don't think you're here to learn about use cases. I think a number of you are here to understand what type of role can I get within Web3. So within this video, we're going to talk about the roles or careers within Web3. And the big misconception is that you have to have technical expertise to enter into Web3. That is far from the truth, because there are also a number of non-technical roles that are needed within this Web3 movement. Now, from a technical perspective, there are the biggest and most popular role within Web3 are going to be blockchain engineers and developers, as well as artificial intelligence engineers and developers, or metaverse engineers and developers. So from a blockchain engineer perspective, before the developer can start to create the solution, you're going to need engineers from an artificial intelligence perspective, blockchain, metaverse perspective to design the vision for these solutions. Now, once those blockchain, AI, metaverse engineers begin to develop those solutions, then those developers are going to create that front end solution as well as the smart contracts. As I said in another video, there is a big need for Solidity developers within an Ethereum ecosystem. Also, you have a need for Rust developers because Polkadot, Solana, and Near Protocol are all built on Rust. So I always say Rust. Now, Rust is a little more complex than Solidity, but I say that if you have the ability to learn Rust, then you're not kind of pigeonholing yourself into one protocol. You can go from Polkadot to Near to Solana, right? So Rust developers are in big demand because you have three protocols, vying for those developers. And because Ethereum is a large ecosystem, because Ethereum is building a number of solutions compared to Bitcoin, there's going to be a big need for those individuals as well. Also, within artificial intelligence, every organization is going to have a need for Python developers for AI solutions. And in the Web3 space, as we begin to integrate artificial intelligence and blockchain, or other projects are going to need people with knowledge of both blockchain and artificial intelligence. In terms of the metaverse, a lot of organizations are looking to develop their own metaverses for internal purposes. So the blockchain engineers are going to have a need there to develop those solutions for these organizations as they enter into the metaverse, and then they're going to need blockchain developers or metaverse developers to develop those solutions. As I said in another video, information security analysts. So cybersecurity is growing larger and larger. Now, cybersecurity has been a role that has a lot of universities have developed programs for that. But given that Web3 is very new in its infancy, there's going to be a big need for cybersecurity analysts and information security developers, information security professionals within the Web3 space. Now, once again, I would say that since the beginning, cybersecurity professionals have been underappreciated because companies do not want to spend funds on cybersecurity because it doesn't make money, right? It doesn't contribute to the bottom line. They do not want to contribute to cybersecurity until it's too late. Until there's a reason to invest in cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is going to, and information security is going to be one thing that's going to grow, because there's going to be a lot of people within the metaverse, within the Web3 space, that introduce vulnerabilities, introduce threats that we have never seen before. Okay, so that's very, very important role. Project manager. So this is a non-technical role. Just as we have project managers in the Web2 world for technology projects, we're going to need project managers for blockchain projects. We're going to need project managers for artificial intelligence projects, IoT projects, as well as metaverse projects. So developers, they just want to build. They have no interest in organizing and managing projects. That's the role of a project manager. So there's going to be a big need for project managers that understand the requirements within the Web3 space, as well as the activities in the Web3 space, as well as how to manage those resources within the Web3 space. So another role that's going to be important within this new movement. Quality engineers. So quality engineers are going to be important in IoT, blockchain, AI, metaverse, to test all of those projects. Within blockchain, once that smart contract gets deployed, there's no turning back, right? And you may have seen a number of hacks that have occurred within the Web3 space, and some of those are attributed to those teams trying to push out solutions for a money grab. So quality engineers are going to be very important to ensure that smart contract has been indeed audited, and all of these risks and situations have been reviewed and addressed and signed off on. Legal consultants. Although we said that a lot of processes from a legal perspective may be set up in a smart contract, before you get to that point to set up these smart contracts, to set up your Web3 project, you do need a Web2 legal consultant. You're going to need legal consultants with a background in Web3, with a background in IoT, with a background in blockchain and artificial intelligence, to understand what the regulations are going to be. Given that blockchain, it has no borders, given that blockchain is borderless, that is one thing that a lot of people within the legal space are struggling with, and how certain situations are going to be handled from an international perspective. If we go to from a designer perspective, this is the front end. I would say the designer is going to be the front end developer. You know, blockchain, all of these things are done from a blockchain perspective. All of these things are done on the back end, but for that user interface to provide that user experience, you're going to need a designer or a front end developer. Okay, so a UI developer. So similar to how we have UI developers in the Web2 world, those developers are going to have to come over to the Web3 world to create that front end interface. Now, although a number of blockchain solutions are functional, we have a very long way to go to bring in the masses into Web3, because we need to have a seamless user interface, right? So these designers and front-end developers are going to be very important within Web3. Another role that's going to be another non-technical role that's going to be huge, is huge right now, are marketing specialists. Now, because we did not see the importance of marketing specialists up until I would say 2021, with the rise of non-fungible tokens, we see that people that have deep marketing experience are going to have very lucrative roles within Web3. Within Web3, we can have the greatest solution, but without the community using social media, the project will not survive. So the marketing specialists, that Web3, that community manager is probably one of the most vital roles within Web3. Data scientists. So data scientists are as a non-technical role. We see a lot of graduate and PhD students going into this data scientist role, where they perform research and analysis of the Web3 space. Given that, so just to give you an example, I helped develop a blockchain program at the University of Cumberland in the United States. I've had probably 150 students work with me within that program. Only had 2 students that were able to understand this. This is a master's in blockchain. These students were getting a master's in blockchain. I only had 2 students that were able to understand the complexities of the projects that we were taking on, that we were hired to take on, right? So this role, and they were paid handsomely. So that data scientist role is one that's very important, and that market for data scientists is very, very small, because some of these protocols are very complex, and it takes a certain level of person to fill that particular role. From an intern perspective, interns are, especially because this space is very, very new, I would say that getting an internship in Web3 is probably one of the best ones at this given point in time. So if you're still in college, I'm about to take you to a website where you can actually look at Web3 jobs and internships. And again, there's a big gap for people that understand Web3. So it's going to be fairly easy to, once you complete this certification program and you have the knowledge and understand the Web3 space, it's going to be very easy for you to land a role, internship role within Web3. It should be very easy for you to land a career within Web3 if you understand how to apply these concepts and how to understand the use cases within the Web3 space. Technical recruiter. So similar to a non-technical role. Similar to a lot of these other spaces like marketing specialists, because this space is so new, many recruiters do not understand Web3. Many recruiters do not understand. Yes, they may understand artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things and the questions to be asked, but very few understand the questions to be asked for a metaverse developer. The questions to be asked for a DeFi, a DeFi developer or a front-end developer for a DeFi platform. So technical recruiters are going to be in high demand. So if you are a recruiter in the Web2 world, I would look into roles for a technical recruiter within a Web3 world. Development representative. So business development within, again, non-technical role. Similar to how we have business development representatives in the Web2 world to bring in new business. We're going to have to be able to, we're going to have business development representatives in the Web3 world that are knowledgeable about Web3, that understand how we can take our tools and apply it to our clients to solve their needs, right? Now, in current state, this business development representative will be providing a lot of education into Web3, what Web3 is, how it's going to be applicable to that client's organization. So you're going to be providing the vision, the roadmap for these clients. So with a business development representative, this may be a good entry-level role if you're looking to go into Web3, because you're going, after taking this program, you're going to have the education that many do not have. Okay, again, non-technical role. So research analysts, similar to a data scientist, but at a much lower level. This is where you're going to be performing statistical analysis that you're going to provide to the leadership of your organization, to your management team. This is more of like a business analyst role that you would see in organizations. You would be providing interviews to organizations, to clients. You would be collecting data. You would be disseminating that information so that you can provide your manager or create presentations for that within the Web3 world. So a research analyst is another entry-level role within the Web3, because you would be performing research on Web3 to assist and educate and individuals internally as well as customers externally. So those are some of the roles within Web3. 101 blockchain. This came from 101 blockchains. I would check out that 101 blockchains website. Great resource with a lot of information. But the last thing I want to discuss is where you could actually find jobs. So if you go to web3.career, there are a number of roles within the Web3 space. This post is primarily only for Web3 jobs, and you have the search criteria where you could say, I'm only want to look for internships, entry-level non-technical jobs, or if I'm a dev, I can say technical. So I could actually filter. If I'm non-technical, I'll say entry-level non-technical jobs, and then I'll be able to see everything and see what location it's actually in. Okay. Tag a location. So if I want to say India, for example, for internships, there's a number of, so it's engineer, artist, engineers. There's a lot of developer positions in India. Oh, head of India for Avalanche, Ava Labs. Interesting. So there's a number of roles that you can search for on web3.career. And if you have any questions on this website, just reach out to me. But this is going to be a very good resource if you're looking to go into the Web3 world. That's all I have for this week, and I will see you next week. Thank you.